Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. It's time for our live team sheet reaction. The teams are out, and obviously this is a massive must-win game against Norwich City. We cannot afford to drop more points. If we're going to make any challenge to finish, top six, perhaps the top four, we really need to start that challenge today. And we're at the beginning of a massive week. Norwich, a game in Europe in Tel Aviv, and then a huge one against Tottenham. So we really do need to start getting a bit of momentum, getting a bit of the taste of victory in our mouths again, and let's get a victory today. It's huge, and it's imperative that we pick the correct team. The team sheet is out, and I'm not sure what you're going to think of it. So please make sure you comment below. Let me know exactly what you think. But it is not exactly what I would have done. Let's put it that way. We'll start in the obvious place. We'll start with the goalkeeper. It's Asmir Begovic. I think he's one of the few players this season who has played very well for us and come close to covering himself in glory. He's done exactly what we expected him to do, and I'm sure that he won't let us down again today. We don't have any much choice back there, so over to you, Asmir. This is where it gets a bit tricky. As you know, I love Branislav Ivanovic. I think that he's been a fantastic servant to Chelsea Football Club, but his form has been off of late. He's been injured. He played 90 minutes for Serbia in the week, but in the preview that I did with Sophia, we decided that it was a bit early to throw him in the deep end against this Norwich team. We thought that he should earn his place and rediscover his form from a few years ago. Mourinho's disagreed with us, so Mourinho has started Ivanovic, and he's going to be playing right back. Make of that what you will, but it isn't necessarily the correct decision in my opinion. Here's where it gets a little bit more tricky. Our left back, if Branislav Ivanovic is right back, that automatically means, doesn't it, that Cesar Azpilicueta will be left back. Not today. Our left back today is a wonderful attacking winger, Kennedy. I think Kennedy is a remarkable player. I went out to the States to see him play over there in the pre-season, and he was, along with Victor Moses, probably the man of our tournament over there. I went to the 3 games. He featured in all of them and was brilliant in all of them. So it's nice to see him around the squad, but he's playing left back today. I don't think he's a left back. Well, he isn't a left back. He's a far more forward-thinking player than that. So this is slightly troubling for me. I don't think that this is a good move. Perhaps Mourinho's done it for a couple of reasons. Speculating here, I think Nathan Redmond is a Norwich City danger man and is a very good player. And he's very pacey. Perhaps Kennedy's pace has been brought in to combat Redmond. Equally, we need to win this game. It's at Stamford Bridge against Norwich City. This is a must-win game for us. Let's attack. And obviously, playing a very, very forward-thinking left-back is a very attacking move. So, let's hope it pays off. But it's a gamble from Mourinho. So, I'm excited to see it. But, let's keep our fingers crossed. Playing centre-halves, huge day for them because of who they've got fullback. We have got John Terry being partnered by Kurt Zouma. I think this is a good move. I rate Gary Cahill. I think that he's been on quite good form this season, and I think that Terry and Cahill, the partnership there, is very solid and is a great foundation from which to build a team. I equally think Zouma is a fantastic player. I think that he was out of his depth at right back, but he isn't a right back. I'm sure that he can do a job today. Again, I would have selected Cahill because I think that today could be a war of attrition. They're a very physical side, a very strong side. Their manager is not going to allow them to step off. It's going to be a war of attrition. I think Cahill is suited to that. But equally, I certainly don't think Kurt Zouma will let us down. So I think that Terry and Zouma have got this. Slightly worried about the fullbacks. Moving slightly further forward, we've got Matic and Fabregas. This is a very interesting one because I think the definition of madness is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. We know that Matic and Fabregas in that pivot this season has not worked. That isn't up for debate. That really hasn't worked this year. It's exactly what our brilliant start to last season was founded upon, those two playing so well. But this season, it hasn't worked. But we've gone for it again. So let's just hope that they can rediscover their form from last season. I've seen glimpses of Fabregas looking better. I thought he played very well against England for Spain. And equally, Nemanja Matic really does need to offer the protection to the defence because Norwich could be lively. It's going to be very interesting. This is it's a very attacking team when you think about it, actually. Kennedy fullback, Fabregas pulling the strings in the middle, and then these players. We really are going for the jugular of Norwich, which is good news. Let's just hope it pays off. The Holy Trinity across the middle in front of Matic and Fabregas reads Pedro, Willian and Hazard. I think that's a perfect trio. I rate Oscar. I'd like to see Oscar in around the team more often, but Willian is unplayable at the moment, so he has to play. Hazard is one of the most gifted football players I've ever seen, so he has to play. And, I think that Pedro burst onto the scene. He was brilliant at the Hawthorns on his debut. So we need to encourage him to find that form again, because if he does become the player that we know he can be, this season could rest on players like him pulling it out the bag. So let's hope that Pedro can have a good game and really get going. And I'm delighted to see Diego Costa in the team. Diego Costa will lead the line for us. He needs a goal. He certainly needs a goal, and I'm convinced that he will get one today. I just think that there's been so much going on around him at the moment, so much speculation about us looking at other forwards. Higuain was mentioned recently. I think Diego Costa is a fantastic forward, and if we can get him playing again, we really do have some opportunity and some reasons to be optimistic for the rest of this season. Right, the ground is over there, so I better get to it because I cannot wait to get in there. We're going to be singing La Marseillaise before the game, so that's a nice tribute from Chelsea Football Club to the victims of the Paris attacks. Let's just hope that we can win the game and get the 3 points, because it's a bit of a 6-pointer between us and Norwich down there at the moment, isn't it? Go on, you Blues. I'll see you after the game.